Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smiths in the Black with a Strat Time report, and let's take a look here, see. So, SPY slightly takes out the inside week. Doesn't totally fall apart as yet. And you can see this range here on the daily, now slightly green. We just had a rally back to see if we're going to repeat yesterday, gap down and just rally back. But in the last few minutes, just started to back off a little bit. And so if we go to our 60 here, now, the question is, which side of this 60 do we take out? Do we do like yesterday and come up in here and try and fill the gap? Or do we go back and take this out and re-break this week down? Still an inside month and a doji on the month, so we can expect a little bit of this back and forth because we're not really in a trend month. But we'll see. Every 60 is like a new day to us, and so we'll see. We got a new 60 right here to see if this rally continues or take this out, two up, two down reversal and start tanking again. If you go to a 30-minute, and the 30-minute here, now inside on the 30. So that's something. We'll see if we stay 60, if we can take that 30. And you can remember yesterday, the gap down, the inside 30, and then rally back. So we did have that 2 down, 2 up 30 here to relieve it. Now starting to firm up just a little bit. A little bit of a different story here in QQQ. Q's still inside on the week. All right, so we can expect that back and forth there on the Qs. Qs, just here's a nice little 2 down, 2 up on the 30 to rally back, and these guys become an outside bar of that. Now we'll see if that continues or not. Because if we go to Apple, you're going to see that same thing that SPY did yesterday morning. The 2 down, the inside 30, and rally back. Nice little move there for Apple. So we'll see. If we go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and the Dow Jones Diamonds, still an inside month. Did take out last week's lows, though. But now green on the day. Like a lot of things looking very similar here on the inside 30s and starting to firm up here just a little bit on this new 60-minute time frame. If we go to the small cappers. And small cappers here, the inside 60, but couldn't get out of the smaller bar. So the question is going to rev strat 1, 2, and then back down. Although things are firming up, but you got so far cooking on 3 hours in here after QQQ did this. The inside 60 up, but then backs off. Now, how do we get out of that? So we'll see. If we go to the gappers, GOEV. And GOEV, and gapped up. It was on the gap list a couple days ago, then backs off. And then the 2-2 back up right here, and because we know it's taking out the month here and the week and coming back to the previous range. If you go to a 15-minute, this was a nice entry here on the opening. Here, inside 15, pokes down, rev strat 15. Boom, off she goes. So we'll see if there's anything more there. AFRM. Also having a nice little day, and so one of the things we look for in a down gapper day is when they start to recover. Anybody can take out yesterday's highs. Because anybody who's short this thing, they got what they wanted, market tanked. But when it didn't tank, it takes this out. Anybody here short yesterday goes underwater, and you can jam them up like that. So we'll see if that sets up again. I don't know if there's any nice 30s or 60s in there. Ooh, yeah, here you go. The 312, Chi-Town. So that was a nice one there. We'll see if that sets up again for us. AFRM. From yesterday's report and the Strat attack last night, GOSS still going. This is what you look for, that 2 down, 2 up month. They're coming back here through the previous range and still still going. Still real nice there. I don't know if we had any 60s in there. A little quick. There was an inside 60 right here to start the day. Boom, and off she went. If we go to Costco. And Costco, 2 down yesterday, but was green and closer to coming up in here. So these two became an outside bar of this stuff on the 2-2 reversal day. And if that works, you've got your inside month to the upside in Costco. A little choppy on the weekly, but it's making its move. And that's why you'll hear me say, wait for triangle them out. They will. Triangle them out, stop all these guys out, and then boom, right back up. So Costco having a nice day. If we go... not sure, haven't seen the news on it, but we got the weed running here. Tilray popping, and I'm not sure what's going on there. Usually it's a pop and do nothing in these things, but we'll see. CGC, and I think they even went down to Cron. So we'll see what comes of that. I can keep checking the news on that. If we go to STZ with those guys, and STZ trying to take out yesterday's highs, and you can see this beautiful inside 60. There's a lot of nice inside 60s in the last hour here. And if that works, you go take this out. The inside week to the upside, over 245.86. You're there right now, so we'll see if Costco sets up again. Market just kind of lethargic right now. And we've seen that a lot of that, where you get the initial move and then we do nothing until the bell, but we'll see. If we go to GameStop, and GameStop now inside in the 60 and trying to back off here a little bit, but that was in the strat time last night because of this. 2 down, 2 up on the week. Not many things can say that in potential outside month. They're memeing, but right now trying to go 2-1-2 back down off the 60. If we go to Angie's list, Ange. Nice 2-2 reversal day here. 2 down, boom. These two become an outside bar of these guys to come up into this gap. We'll see if there's anything more to it. Monthly not doing much. It is a 2 down, but just doji on there. And like a lot of things, they have their run and then they just kind of sit here. But as you get into the end of the week, you always want to look what's setting up for next week. And you potentially got the hammer counter shooter, but we've got a day and a half to go on that. If we go to MSTR, Bitcoin back over 20,000. So that's trying to take out yesterday's highs, and it just backs off again. Tight on the week would be the problem, but we'll see. You can watch that with the Bitkerners. Coinbase is coming up here now, backing off a little bit. Okay, not too much there. A little bit of solar here. If we go to SunPower, and SunPower just taking out yesterday's highs. It's still an inside week is going to be the problem, like in a lot of these things. And SunPower and FSLR was doing that too, just taking out those highs. Here, 2 down, 2 up, but still inside week and still inside month the problem. So not sure how much follow through we get. Trying to keep an eye on these broader averages, what they're doing on these new 60s. If we go to analog devices, attack. And analog devices taking out yesterday's highs and going after this on the weekly. The outside week, the inside week, outside week, 2 down, and then boom. If you can get stay above this, 150.54, and you're right around that right now. If you can stay above that, you've got that 3-2-2 to try and take these guys out. Qualcomm also taking out last week's highs and yesterday's highs, 3-2 to the upside. So obviously you can watch this with the SMH. And SMH stuck, but just like the Qs, it did the inside bar on the 62-1-2 reversal. Hit magnitude by taking this out. Now just kind of sitting here on an inside week. So still an inside day for SMH. So that might come down to tomorrow. We'll see. If we go to Trump stock, DWAC. And DWAC just does one of those things that does spike, spike, spike. So we'll see if anything comes of that. It is taking out yesterday's highs on an inside day. Not much on the week and not much on the month, though, like a lot of things. If we go to FedEx. FedEx staying down. These 3 hours still stuck in here, but you can see this staying red on this new 60. I talked about this last night because the inside week to the downside was already breaking, right? Doji on the day not doing much, but maybe you get more of a break out of here if we can see what's going on. And if you go into a 30, see this, the inside 30, the poke up, the Rev Strat 30. Now coming back to see if we can stop out a bunch of these guys in here, take it back down to the lows. AMAT goes to the highs. What's going on in here? Yeah, it's still an inside day over there like a lot of those things. If you go to PLRX, and PLRX, just holding up in here, 3-day inside pattern, but just having a nice little day, with the market gapping down like this. That's what you look for, just any kind of strength that you can see. If we go to the weakness, a couple areas here, right out the chute, the vaxxers, NVAX, pounded 2 up, 2 down day and getting cremated here and taking out 2 up, 2 down week, right? Coming back into that month. You can see it right here, that inside 30. That's where you grab that. Boom, down she goes. That tells us to look at Moderna. Moderna, nice inside 30 here. All right. 2 down, Momo shooter. And what that means is this was a 2 down, but anybody who's trying to buy this thing, stop them out real fast. Down she goes because it did it here too. That 2 down shooter right there. And there's, you can grab that 30 and you could add on this thing right there. Boom, down she goes. That tells us also to look at BNTX. How's that doing? Ugh. Oh boy. There we go. Take her down. Still an inside week like a lot of things though, so we'll see how that goes. NVAX is still just puking all over itself here. If we go to China, Baba. And Baba having some issues here. And Baba 2 up, 2 down on the week reversal. Boom, back to the previous range. And if that works, potentially get that outside month here. Now it's inside 16, so we got some other bar issues. They had some news come out. So how are you going to get outside of this thing is what you want to know. Maybe none time soon. All right, market's staying a little soft here. So we'll see. If we go to Billy Baru, Billy. And also China having some problems here, taking out last week's lows, and this thing's getting closer to taking out last month's lows. And that would be below 22.11. So you're getting closer on that. How's the 60? Real nice inside 60 right there. Boom. Down she went. WB here. And didn't stay inside on the 60, but down she went anyhow. And so what you can look for here, then you break it down. How's a 15er? And you got a nice 2 up. And then boom, 2-2 reversal back into the lows. If you go to the 30, you see this. This is a 2 up by taking out the highs, and there's your 2-2 reversal. Boom, back down she goes. China. Also, insurance names having some issues here. Travelers, and forgot this one. Travelers still tanking here, taking out last month's lows, and just see this here on the 30. How do I get in? The 2 up, the 2 down. Down she goes. And if we go to, how's HIG doing? HIG staying down a little bit. Progressive here, staying down. And so 2 up, 2 down reversal week. Potential outside month, so we'll keep an eye on those things too. If we go to MetaBuddy, Facebooky, not going very far on this at all. Been getting closer to taking out last week's lows. Still doji on the month, but if we go to the 60, you see it tried to take that inside 60 up, but wasn't that strong. So we'll see how it gets out of that bar later this afternoon. One more little guy that was on the move, FFIE. FFIE, and you can see this taking out these 2 months highs, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 month highs. It's been higher in the past, so we'll see if that sets up again, once again, right in the middle of that bar there. So we'll see how that goes. If we go back to spying the Qs, NVAX still just puking. All right, remember we got to keep an eye on these 60s. What side of this 60 we take out, because below here could be all sorts of trouble. You could kick that back into a red day in full time frame continuity, the downside. And the QQQ here, a little better, but we're keeping an eye on these. Like I said, sometimes we've seen them dry up until we get into the afternoon. It's where we have to say, do you want to hold them overnight now, do you? So we're going to find out. So right now, AFRM is coming back in. We'll see if that sets up again. And seeing eBay hit the lows here. Let's see how that's doing. eBay having some issues here. Not going very far in this at all. Inside week to the downside, eBay. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Well, it's, like I said, either side of these 60s is something we're going to want to know about either way to see if we're going to try and gap fill or we're going to re-roll down and start puking again. All right. It's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith. Smith in the Black. The Strat Time Report.